Hi, this is Shanita. Let's talk a little bit about succulents. Okay, so during the freeze in Texas, during the freeze time in Texas, I did try to cover them up on my patio. Mistake. What I should have done was brought them in to my home because succulents, this is my theory, and someone tell me if I'm wrong. What I'm thinking of is succulents already carries a lot of water. So when they freeze, they end up dying because of when they come back. So succulents carry a lot of water. I say that they have water because the way the texture of them, they remind me of like an aloe vera when you uh, open it up, and then the meaty or the liquidy substance that they show in the inside, it reminds me of aloe vera, but it actually is not. But it's a wet like texture in the inside of a succulent to me. From the most of the succulents that I see, especially the cactus. In the water, okay, so they freeze and then the sun comes out and then they start melting. Then the succulent is frozen and it it dies. So a friend of mine's, my mom passed in April 28th, 2023. And so she brought me some beautiful succulents in a barrel. And I made a bad mistake by leaving them out on my patio during the freeze in Texas. So I would never do that again, but let me tell you, this is a wonderful thing, is that succulents sometimes they generate at the bottom. They may not die completely, and some of the succulents will come back. So I had some to come back and I was so very excited about that. And I did have some to die, but I'm still kind of waiting it out to see whether or not they will revive and come back from the root. I'm praying that they do so, but if not, I'll know next time. For when winter comes and we have a freeze, do not leave your succulents outside. And actually someone did mention it on my Facebook page. They said, oh, I'm bringing my succulents in. I didn't think anything of it. I said, I'm getting ready to cover them up. But, and as we know, as I have learned, covering things up with a sheet, like, I don't know how they used to work way back when, in the olden days. That's what they felt that they could do, cover up with the sheet, and it worked. Maybe on some plants it did. But I can tell you this, for the most part, covering it up with a sheet does not work. I did find something on Amazon, and I will share that in my link, because I had my baby vegetables that I was so worried about, and I covered it. It's like a layer, it's like a fiber layer. And I said, this is kind of thin, this is not gonna work. How could this possibly work? But guess what? When I woke up that morning, it was good. My vegetables had not frozen. My vegetables was fine. And I was very, very pleased about that. I was so happy about that. I have to show it because it saved me. It saved my vegetables. And that's why I'm still able to harvest. This is what month? February. We're in March now. This is the 1st of March. So I still have cabbage. I still have different things out there that I'm able to harvest from where some people lost theirs during the freeze. But I covered everything up and I was able to save mine. So I was so excited about that when that happened. So I love flowers. I love vegetables. I just love gardening. And so that's why I wanted to talk about the succulents today, because don't leave them out in the cold, because I really think when they freeze, it freezes that succulent up that already carries water, and they will die. So that's my theory, and if I'm wrong, somebody tell me, please. Put in my comments, no, that's really not the truth, and that's not really how that works. But in my mind, I can see that happening. what other way? Because succulents hold so much water already. And I will show you that because I have one that, I had one that cactus that made it. And it did like freeze at the top part of it, but it came back strong. So it all depends. I'm thinking it all depends on the thickness of it as well. So I'll show you that because I have some that's thin and I have some with a thicker skin. So that could be the reason why it did okay. So I will do another video.